When you think of breakthrough, do you imagine one big life changing moment? Most of us do. We picture that instant when everything finally shifts, the promotion, the phone call, the opportunity that suddenly changes the course of our lives. But here's what I've learned: breakthrough isn't sudden, it's built in the small steps you take every day. Hey everyone, it's Natasia, and I help leaders, professionals, and purpose driven individuals step into visibility with confidence, clarity, and encouragement. All right, let's get into today's topic: breakthrough. Looking back at some of the hardest seasons of my life, I didn't realize it at the time, but each step was preparing me. Times when I felt rejected, times when I was afraid to move forward, times when it felt like I was carrying weight no one else could see. In those seasons, it didn't end in one aha moment. Instead, every choice I made to keep going, every small act of obedience, all of that was stacking. And I remember one particular incident when I was navigating a tough client situation. Their requests kept changing, deadlines moved constantly, and honestly, I felt like I was set up to fail. Leadership kept pressuring me to speak up more, but what finally helped me wasn't forcing it, it was leaning into who I was. I took it step by step, listening, creating systems, adapting where I could. It wasn't instant, but over time, those small steps gave me confidence. It helped me lead authentically, and it showed me that breakthrough comes in pieces, not in one dramatic moment. And recently, I was reminded of this truth in a very different way. The economic downturn has shifted everything. Unemployment rates are high, competition is fierce, and policy changes have made job seeking harder than ever. Even with strong credentials, submitting resume after resume often feels like you're running in place. So I kept praying, God, show me what to do. What is the strategy I should employ? Help me see what I can't see. And little by little, He did. He gave me not just the next step, but a whole new framework for operating as a kingdom entrepreneur. So it didn't come all at once, it came piece by piece. And only later, when I looked back, did I see how each step was connecting. It required me to think differently, to operate differently, and trust in Him in ways that stretched me. But each small step brought me closer to breakthrough. And that's when it clicked to me. Breakthrough isn't about suddenly arriving. It's about the process shaping you so when the door opens, you're ready to walk through it. Think about Peter in Matthew 17:27. Jesus told him to go fish, not to find food, but to find a coin in the fish's mouth to pay their taxes. It was such a small, unusual step, yet obedience in that moment led to provision. And that's what breakthrough often looks like. Trusting God with the small step in front of you, even when it doesn't make sense. And scripture also reminds us that we shouldn't grow tired of those small acts of faith. In Galatians 6:9, Paul writes, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." The daily steps matter. They are not wasted. And when the journey feels long, think of Hebrews 12:1, which encourages us to keep going. Let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. Not sprint, not skip ahead, endure. One faithful step at a time. So I've learned that God often works through the daily, ordinary moments. The choices no one else sees, but He always does. For an example, spending time in His Word and trusting He is shaping you. Preparing with excellence, knowing He sees every effort. Praying in faith, confident that He always hears. Those steps of obedience may seem small, but in God's hands, they are built in your breakthrough. So if you've been waiting for a breakthrough, here's what I want you to remember. Take the next step He's given you. It might look small, but it matters. Maybe it's sending one email, finishing one task, or praying one more prayer. Small steps compound. Don't discount the process. And transformation happens in the daily. So, journaling, preparing quietly, staying faithful at work, those don't look like breakthroughs, but they change you over time. Trust the stacking. Each step is building something bigger than you can see right now. So think of Peter and the fish. One act of obedience opened the door for provision. Trust that your obedience today is stacking toward tomorrow's breakthrough. And let me add this. Comparison will try to convince you that your steps aren't enough. You'll see someone else's highlight reel and think, oh, they got their breakthrough overnight. But behind every sudden success story is a series of unseen steps. Don't let comparison rob you of confidence in your process right now. So the next time you feel like your breakthrough isn't coming, take a step back. Look at the small steps you've already taken. See how God has been preparing you all along. Breakthrough isn't just about what happens around you. It's about the change happening inside of you step by step. And if this spoke to you, I share more encouragement and practical tools for life and leadership. Subscribe, share this with someone who needs a reminder, and keep taking those small steps. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next video.